I hear the birds chirping. What a good morning. About 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, then we'll have news, and then hopefully be looking for something. Till then, I'm going to look at some strat setups from yesterday. So, strat. Let's bring this down. Not a ton. City's still on there, still in those swings. Morgan Stanley 312 on the week. I might get out of these City calls. Those hit 20%. We have a failed too, but we'll see. I'll either average down or roll out or close. Morgan Stanley 312 on the week. Oh, that hit a while ago. Looking for a possible outside bar on Morgan Stanley though for puts. That might be viable for a short. United Airlines is outside bar today already. How is that even possible? Oh, just a big candle. Fifth Third Bank. Nothing really here. From yesterday at least. We look for a failed twos. Got some failed twos. Meta's gone. Snow, Meta, PayPal, Netflix. So it'd be a PayPal short. Trigger.
Morning, Jess.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Good. Glad I can finally join.
Yes, sir.
That week.
Ooh, Netflix looks great for swing longs. Only a day late. We have Powell on Tuesday. That's the only thing that's, not making me incredibly excited about entering a swing position. But yeah, MU's moving to see what I can pull off on Netflix. I'd probably look for April's. Those are going to be expensive. Would be targeting 675s. So could do a 675, 685. Would be right at about 2. Excuse me. 1 minute till news. Trying to see what it would cost to do a spread here on the 19th. So 50 days to expiration. Let's see. 630 would be ideal. It's just so expensive. $4 for a 10-point spread. 650, 670. Getting better. Really, I'd like the 675, 685s. But the spread on those is crazy too. There's no volume on these Aprils yet. There's no volume on a lot of these. That might be cutting it off then. All right, we have news popped up. All right, looking like a failed two here. 2-1-2 down on NQ on the 1.
Swipe liquidity from London high.
All-time highs.
Oof.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
We're in uncharted waters.
Man, I hate that.
I want to say we have to go down to pick up more liquidity down south, but who knows?
I'd say so. Just a matter of
When?
when and where we stop. We got a big fair value gap here at pretty much 18,000. Other than that, not a ton that I could see unless we go back to unemployment numbers. But
Was the news this morning good?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I would assume so.
News doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Manufacturing and consumer sentiment has gone.
It was not good.
Was
PMI
not
is-
good.
No, PMI is down, is lower good.
Right.
Low
It's
is-
not good for currency, so it's good for the market.
How would
But consumer sentiment is
Industry.
lower.
for PMI industry contraction doesn't seem good for stocks if that would tie into earnings, at least for manufacturing.
Here we go. Here's the down candle I wanted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really
So-
don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't dive deep into the fundamentals. All I know is that this is if it's higher, Dixie goes up, which means stocks go down. If it's lower, typically Dixie goes down and stocks go up. But
Okay.
really, all news events is an excuse for big money to
Right,
manufacture. Yeah, big money to manufacture a move. So, like right now here, I'm looking short, even though news was technically long. Just have to be careful because this NASDAQ is technically 212 up.
On the 15
Yeah, on the 15.
and
Get the liquidity level.
the Qs are green as
Mm-hmm.
well on the
Yep.
hour.
Yep. Yep. Full time frames pointing
I think-
up.
I think tech is just in its own world right now, though.
Yeah, ES is kind of doing the same thing though.
It's long, for sure.
Yeah, ES is a little stronger. Not as deep on the retrace there. ES has not reached its weekly price target though.
No risk, no.
I'll be back at all-time highs.
Stepping into a long here, 5150. Up 10 points, taking a little bit here.
Oh, shoot.
There's 20.
Boom, boom.
There we go. I thought I didn't alert that for a second. I was going to be super salty.
Guess it's time to put the pivot points back on the chart.
I honestly, I have never used pivot points.
Need some
Joseph,
extensions or something up here.
yeah. Joseph said, "Do you still go small size at first in trades? Then when it goes your way, full scale." I think I might try that. Yeah. So it's a change I've made in the last couple of weeks, really, especially in the chop where I was just getting chopped up with 10 points, and I honestly, it's something that I might start recommending to Inner Circle. The 20 point stop loss. First of all, it's probably going to be unlikely that it's probably going to be more likely that I cut before 20 points than I take a 20 point stop loss. I'm not going to say I'm never going to take a 20 point loss, but I'm probably not going to take a full 1 hour loss. But it gives me that wiggle room and honestly, the inner peace that it's, going my way and I don't have to, stress about a 10 point stop. Did I give it enough breathing room to really move? So it's certainly something that's helping me right now, without a doubt. And yeah, I will add in after. So I got in 73.50 there for extra. But yeah, it's certainly helping me. All right, filled there on 1R. That is done on some of my accounts for the day.
I don't know if this is too personal, but do you only link some of your accounts together to trade?
I
and
link
then
move
on to a next group?
Yeah, I link most of them for the first trades, and then I have a number of them that stop at 2R.
Okay.
And it's kind of an experiment I'm doing right now where I stop at plus or minus 2R. And it's worked out well. They're all obviously green, but it helps because then I can feel like no matter what happens on the other accounts, I'm able to be a little more risky. Not taking more risky trades, but I'm willing to play with profits more on those accounts versus, and I feel like I'm risk free. It's kind of like in options when you hit if you have two contracts and one hit 100%, you can take one off and then have the other contract just, kind of do whatever it wants to.
Yeah.
And
I see.
so it does help me in that manner. And the 2R accounts are Apex, mostly because there's benefit to making more after 4 months. But until then, it's better to just build that cushion of 2R a day. At least for me in my trading style. That's kind of how I've done it. So now I'm going to go over to I have a different trade copier. I'm going to stop the one that copies to all of the accounts, and then just work with the accounts that I'm willing to be a little more risky on. That's been the sweet spot for me. All right, I need to. Taking a little bit here at 25 points. Haven't quite gotten above that 40 level. Yeah, and in this case, I think Joseph asked the question about adding in. In this case, it just moved too quickly to really get an ad, a good ad. So I'd rather just let that hit 20 points. And really, when it hits 20 points for the technical 1R, because my average loss is not going to be 20 points, I'm really trimming for a little more than 1R. And that's kind of how I like it. Seeing how thin the market is above us. Sitting at 34 points or so profit. 212 up on the 5. ES, the same thing. All right, and since it's Friday, I am gonna take a peek at some options as well, more than normal. Not really seeing anything I like there. Meta looks good, so does Nvidia, but Microsoft's the most attractive because from where the daily range is, it has the most potential. 13 seconds on this 5-minute candle. What I'm really what I'm expecting is that we'll come down and fill a little bit of this fair value gap, maybe up to 75, 77, and then make another move look at that 15-minute fair value gap we have. Now we could just shoot straight through and go to 18,200. But Delta's starting to taper off a little bit. Just getting a little more thin versus that move. Move had a lot of green Delta. Now there's a lot of doji candles on the Delta. There's 40 points. This might just go. There's a pretty green candle on Delta.
Fly, big D, fly.
I wonder what their stopping price is today.
Well, 18,200 sitting at 250 lots right now. Once I see that move, I'm probably looking to get long.
It's just a massive FVG on the freaking 15. Massive.
Yeah, that's doesn't make me love it, but
Are you still in long, or have you trimmed yet?
no, I'm in partials right now.
Okay.
Yeah, especially sitting at 18,200. I'll probably add back into my trims if we break and hold 200 to go to 231 for my 80-point trim, but I am mostly out here. I'm actually kind of, I shouldn't be, but I'm interested in a short if this 5-minute ends a failed 2 to close some of this 15-minute fair value gap. But we got a minute until that happens. Getting some big block orders. 115 volume short at 88. 58 short at 90. 50 short at 83.
tough because you're essentially trying to be a top caller in this market, and you just don't want to get run over. And that's, generally speaking, if you're trying to see the market through a short-sighted bias here, then you're going to get short and you're going to get in the money, and you're not going to realize any of those profits. So, one thing that you can do to mitigate your risk is taking two contracts. If you're trading micros, minis, whatever you're trading, you take two contracts and then you sell one, or you cover one. You would buy, so you cover one short, and then you let the other one work two back to break to even. So you're at least getting paid on half of your position.
Probably not going to take a short here. Just thinking about it. Probably just going to wait and see what the damage is. Hot mic.
Order filled. Order canceled. Order canceled.
What? That's a lot of orders.
I guess he didn't like the short either.
Obviously there's potential short, but I'm certainly not. I don't know. Starting to get some SMT divergence here. Or sorry, some delta divergence. ES is a little higher, so this is where I'm looking at 5-15 minute and really just saying, okay, until one of these is valid for a trade, I'm not interested. I might take a stab here short at 70s, but the only thing holding me back, the only thing is the 15 minute is just a failed 2. So I'm going to watch from the sidelines this time. Would have been short 70s, stops at 90s, and see how it would have gone. And see if me not getting in was the right choice.
There's a 2-2 reversal on the 3 minute.
Yeah, short.
I didn't take it, but
yeah, I wouldn't have either. That's not a. There was nothing feeding into that time frame on the 3.
it says my mic is on when I'm not saying anything. Is there feedback or anything that you're hearing?
No,
I'm watching it.
not when you're muted.
No,
Okay.
you're not muted. It's showing you're talking, but you're not.
Order filled.
Somebody's filling.
Yeah.
Covering.
Somebody took that short.
Is it a 12-piece or a 10-piece?
Burger King or Wendy's?
That's a tough call. Burger King and Wendy's both have trash nuggets.
Yeah, just a little scout.
It's a race to the
Surely.
All right. First up, guys.
Getting caught up on YouTube. Morning, Deontay. PJ, Strong. Spy just looked up to 510. Yeah, that was news. Nate said, I'm not familiar with the 2-1-2 up. Can you explain? Yeah, it's part of the strat. I have a video on it on my YouTube channel. It's part of the strat. It's not complicated, but the video took, I think, 15 or 20 minutes. And so I would recommend looking at that.
Yeah, so I had that just a 1 hour sell stop at that 70, so it triggered and then filled at the 60.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have gotten 10 points there on that.
That should just be a quick little wick, you know.
Yeah. I think I'm waiting for this 15 minute and then looking to get out or get in.
I'll be shooting long again.
Yeah, that's what my inclination says. Look at ES here. The only thing is, let me take a picture of this so you guys can see, but turn off my arrows from my trades.
Start feeling that too.
So here's, put it on the big screen. Here's the current look at Delta. So we made a new high here, right? And we made a new high here, which is good. We made a new high here, but it's pretty much an equal high with a higher high on Delta. So this is where I'm starting to get a little bit sketched out for a short, but now Delta's increasing, so back to a long bias. And then here, yes, just went 2-2 up. Looking for the same on NQ. I'm in long 84.50.
You saved his life. You and Nick saved my life in the lunchroom back in the day. You're a lifesaver, Michael. Was there music playing?
Delta's still increasing. Might close here early before this 5-minute open. Just depends how this 1-minute candle starts to go. Not going to be going much further than that low. Yeah, I'm out. Break even. 4 points short. 4 points loss. Or lower high here on the 1 minute. Apple just short all day. I'm going to take that meta. Getting out of my long here, 72.
Rich, you were mentioning that level you have up in gold. What was it, 2072 and 2079? We've got weekly kickoff.
See what happens at this 15-minute fair value gap.
Thing I got out of that NQ.
Yeah, they wanted big time more of that FBD.
Got a possible failed auction above the initial balance in the S&Ps. It's a cheap short, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and take it. Now remember, this is a trading combine account. This is not my live account. Just
Wonder why my meta is not increasing in value.
looks like we're pulling back below the overnight high in the Nasdaq and possibly in the S&Ps. That could be something
Like,
that
what?
High volatility, maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, it's gone down so much, but not even. I was actually in drawdown just now. Insane. All right, see if this cracks that 50 level. Bounced off VWAP there.
We didn't take out the high of the initial balance in the Nasdaq, so see what happens here.
I got stopped out right at that level. 47s. 48s. That was 57s. On a pullback.
I want to see you spend a little time back inside the overnight range. Yeah, that's the overnight high, right? Pretty close.
It's close. It's just been, again, these MC levels that we've been tracking here. They've just been, I mean, they've been working so brilliantly lately. It's been a real treat to trade around them.
I'm preempting this failed auction in the S&Ps. I mean, we've got a lot of time before that's actually going to prove to be a failed auction. I've been a little bit off in my timing today, obviously, but we'll see what happens here. We're not really spending much time back inside the not really spending much time inside the overnight range here. I'm just looking for a reacceptance of the overnight high to the downside. So we will see what happens.
You know, Michael, I've been getting a lot of feedback in my own community about TopStep X, and people I've seen overwhelmingly are talking about how much smoother the platform has been. So I don't know if you folks are updating anything on the back end, but it's been really getting. I'm seeing better and better improvements across the board here. So hats off to you and the team that's been working so hard to make TopStep X what it is today.
Ooh, big red there.
That's building this. They'll build anything we want, and they gave us exclusive runway to do that for a bit. I think they may be opening themselves up to other companies. TopStep X, they'll build whatever we want on our platform. So that's cool of them to do that. And every day there's something that they're doing.
Bouncing off that sub 50 level. Sitting in this fair value gap on the 15. No fair value gap there on the 5, but probably at least 5 minutes away from a new entry. Really, it would be a 212 up would be the ideal entry, and looking for an outside bar on the 15.
Also respecting that bullish fair value gap, break a structure fair value gap on the 1 minute.
On the 1. Yeah, we are. Yep.
I'm gonna try a small long at 58.75.
Slade is long.
Stops at the low of the 1 minute candle.
G on the 1 or the 5.
It's a battle between this 1 minute fair value gap at 10:07, 10:08, and the
Mm-hmm.
one at 10:30, 10:31.
Yeah, current market structure on the one's bearish. That's the only thing that's holding me out right now. But it looks like you could be catching. I mean, there's almost 10 points. So you'll.
Yeah, it's hovering like 4 to 7. I'm just gonna trail my stops up
Yeah.
after this candle closes. Probably get stopped out, break even,
But you gave it a shot. Did you get tapped out, Slade?
yeah.
Yeah, I like the long. I just think I like it in a minute 53.
When that 5's closed.
Yeah, because I have 5 minutes inside, so I shouldn't be taking that trade anyway.
That's the only thing I didn't like about it. Well, and you're going long on the first leg. That would be long on the 1 minute, but 5 minute 15 is still certainly long. It's just about time and when it's going to go long here. ES is starting to show some divergence too.
Geez, opening 5-minute candle, 15 point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking long here.
Wow, how consistent that is.
Both of those, Andre, both of those markets broke out from trend lines today. Crude's been really struggling at that.
Back into full time frame continuity. Long 66.25, 20 points.
That we might think we would be seeing on a breakout of this magnitude. Gold also broke out above a trend line yesterday, traded right back down to it in the overnight session, and as we're seeing that continuation. Still looking for that 2077 weekly kickoff high. Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
No, you got it, man. You got it. All right, let's get that quick update from JD and Eddie, and then we'll get back to these markets. What's up, JD?
Here we go. We got the hot streaks. Jack, can you push that hot streaks overlay, please? Here we go. Again, no change in the list today. This group is on fire right now. Glenay's at 20 days, Timothy at 21, Loy at 22, Andrew at 25, and Niabin at 28. On average, Glenay's over the course of
Got the 212 up here in a 5-minute fair value gap, or sorry, a 1-minute fair value gap. So a little bit mindful of that.
5-minute as well.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pull stops up.
Andrew A., one of our guys.
Got a special treat for you on this Friday if you want to hear it. Don't have an overlay for it, but we have some active losing streaks also if you want to see those. What do you think?
But yeah, for every winner, we got to show losers for sure. And that is
We have
how
one
sports
trader. These aren't really bad. They're sort of success stories in a way. But in all, he's only down about $1,800 over 14 days.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I'm glad we're sharing this. Okay, cool.
Losing
Losing's not
14
bad. Not like
losing
us.
14 days in a row and still hanging on to that XFA account is textbook risk management in my book.
Good for them.
We have Maximilian in the same boat. 14
Oh, no.
days. 14 days on the downside.
Oh no,
Only down
Max.
$1,300.
That's
Again.
good. Again, really good.
Finger on the close here.
Every day, but still maintaining those funded.
Want to see this one push through this previous high, the 1-minute high.
Hey, why, okay, really quickly, why do you guys believe it's solid stuff? I'm a newbie here. Like, dude, he lost like that many days. Come on. Why, like, you guys.
All right, I'm closing break even. That's not moving. 15 minutes, still a 2 down. Usually this is when it goes in my favor, though. I mean, I don't know. I like getting out there. That it ended up being a shooter almost, but just was a little uncomfortable being in it. Hi, Zeus. Welcome.
Yeah, if the trade is gonna work, it's gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is that 15 minutes still a 15-minute 2 down and not a failed 2 down. So I think it could go. I think it's probably going to go here on the next 5-minute, but I can always get back in. And it's still not, I got in expecting it to just break out and keep going. It still hasn't moved. So looks like it was the right choice for me, at least.
Yeah.
3-2 on SPY here. Getting the 511 calls on SPY. Oh, of course, there it goes. All right, here's all-time highs. 2 up on the 15. 0.62 on SPY here.
So, like, at what point on this would you be looking to do like a 1R?
Yeah, good question. Probably after a breakout of high a day.
Okay.
Well, I'm not in this trade. I should take that off, but I'm not in a trade right now. I'm actually looking to get in for a breakout right now. I have some buy stops, but coming up on high a day is the only risky piece of it. But yeah, I'd be looking for a 1R after I'm after I'm out of the main trade. So the main trade would have to be up 20 points for me to be able to do an extra trade, because I take the 1R account on all my trades.
You run that completely independent, right? You're the 1Rs?
The 1R is just a bracket order, yeah, both ways.
Need a 3NQ push high a day here. It's gonna be a SMT divergence.
Yep. That's what I'm seeing. Back to break even on these SPYs, so gonna have to tap out there.
Excuse me.
So far, this is a liquidity sweep on ES for sure. Vibe Studios, can you explain what the meta call 212 D means? It meant to say 212 down, but it's part of the strat. Hashtag the strat, and there's a video on my channel for it. All right, getting some delta divergence here for a short.
minute inside bar to trigger the 5 minute 2-2 reversal.
Yeah, I'm getting in short here, 73. This is counter trend, so take it with a grain of salt, but all right, now ES is pushing for highs. Stuck in this 1 minute fair value gap. Only down about 7 points, but might be looking to flip here. Delta's still not growing enough. Telling me that these buyers are starting to get a little exhausted on these moves. But that doesn't mean they can't keep going up, so. Jay, I saw you typed a message, but I think you deleted it. All right, I'm closing here, 12 points down. Have I ever said I hate all-time highs? Because I do. Got some good volume at least on this.
Nah, I've never heard you say that.
All right, I'm going long, 87.75. Looking to add in if we can hold over this new 5 minute candle coming in. Looking for this 15 to break high day. Not much of a lower wick is needed. There's no fair value gap on this 5, so. Adding some extra, 91.25 is my average. Just gonna make it 10 points here. $10-point stops. There's 10 points. We are at all-time highs again. 811s in Nvidia, Meta is, yeah, touch below. I think those 820s are lighting up again in the video, but this is, yeah, this is pure mania here. This is not. All right, I'm closing break even. That was a wick above 200.
You checked out the gold chart today.
I have. It is very much at highs. Just a straight up. I mean, you could take 222 continuations, but man, that's a crazy chart. All right, this is probably it for me. I don't really think I want to participate in all-time highs much past my window here. Pretty much break even after the 2R. Maybe a little bit of profit, but just not worth the risk to reward mentally of trying to trade all-time highs here is just not there for me. So I think I'm going to end it there for the week. Pretty good week. Let me do my recap here. And then I do have a reminder. I'll end my stream. YouTube, thanks for coming out. I will see y'all here next week. Just have to do a little announcements after, but I will see y'all here next week.